The following program is a production of Naleo TV.
When you want a great meal, local style, turn on Naleo and sit a while. Watch and listen, then you'll know just how to do it on Audrey Wilson's cooking show.
Aloha and welcome to Audrey Wilson's cooking show. I'm Gina Jobes and this is Audrey Wilson. Welcome. Audrey, what are we cooking today?
Well, March 3rd is Mardi Gras. So for the month of March, we're going to do food from New Orleans. And one of the most favorite dishes is gumbo.
Ooh, gumbo.
And we're going to do a chicken and andouille sausage gumbo.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. New Orleans is one of the most fun places to be. I've never been there at Mardi Gras. It's too wild. It gets really crazy when they start to throw the beads.
Oh, okay.
But we'll get the food anyway.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
Are we ready to do it?
Yes,
let's
get started.
Who were the first settlers to the Louisiana region? The earliest settlers to Upper Louisiana mostly came from French Canada, while Lower Louisiana was colonized by people from the French colonial empire.
The three things right here
Yes.
are what we call Holy Trinity. And Holy Trinity is the base of the whole thing. That's what
Okay.
makes everything taste good. So in New Orleans, it's called Holy Trinity. Very important.
Onion,
One
bell
onion,
pepper.
one bell pepper, and celery. So
Celery.
can you chop this for me?
Of course I can.
And we're gonna cut it like this so we can take the seeds off. Okay, so now it's clean. We don't want the seeds in the gumbo. Make it all about the same size. Good job. Make it all about the same size because you're doing the Holy Trinity. You want all about this size. About quarter, is that quarter inch or? Okay, all the same size. We want it all this size. All right,
How's these sizes? Is that okay?
that's fine.
Okay,
We're gonna
okay,
cook it
okay.
down so faster.
What does the Holy Trinity mean in terms of Southern cooking? A mix of equal parts chopped onions, celery, and bell peppers.
Okay, let's see.
Beautiful.
Great. You wanna cut onion?
Oh, do I?
Okay. So when we cut onions, take this part off. There's this thing right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut half and you cut half.
Yes,
Okay?
sounds great.
So that part, it'll separate everything. Okay. So we're gonna do this. Got it?
Yes.
I always say when I teach cooking classes to little kids, do not show your tips of your finger to the knife.
Got it.
Hide it so that it won't cut it. But it actually will be you that's cutting it, but it sounds good to little kids. It doesn't matter. Like onions are interesting. When you cut it this way, it holds its shapes better than when you cut it the other way. I don't know why, because you chop it anyway. So like when you're doing a French onion, you would cut it this way. So I always cut it this way. And the
Okay, yeah, I'm feeling the fumes now.
Yeah, what happens is if you have a sharp knife, then it won't be so bad because you're cutting into it and all the substances that make you cry are coming out. Okay. Let me get some of your onions.
You're so fast.
All right.
Love it. It's beautiful.
But you cut yours up a little bit, okay? All right, we got the Trinity done.
What is the difference between Cajun and Creole? Creoles were defined as French and/or Spanish descendants born in the colony. The Cajuns were originally French colonists who were exiled by the British to the swamps and bayous of Louisiana.
Now we're going to get everything. What this is called is mise en place. It's a French word. It means to get everything ready before we start cooking.
Mise en place?
Mise en place.
Mise en-
Everything in its place, okay? So we're going to do this. We're going to put this in a container, and then we're going to start cutting everything else. Make sure I have everything. The other thing that we need to cut up is the chicken, it's a chicken and andouille. We're going to have to cut up the sausage, cut the okra up, and cut the green onions. So very good. Let's put this all in the bowl and clean the board, because whenever we use chicken, we have to make sure our board is clean. It has to be, you don't want anybody to get sick. So let's do that. Let's get the board and clean it off, okay?
Sounds good.
Who founded New Orleans? Jean-Baptiste Le Moyne established the town of New Orleans along the Mississippi River in 1718. New Orleans became a major trade port and later the capital of Louisiana in 1722.
The skinny part right here is the part that has this globule of fat. And you know what? I remember going to Kapiolani school and coming out of the cafeteria and having this piece of glob of this fat in my mouth. You always take this off. People don't take this off when you have chicken thighs, and that's an important thing to take that off, okay? So we'll turn it on. It's not the nice side, it's the skinny side. You see that skinny side?
Ooh.
Right there is a glob of fat that you just kind of, and it stays. It's kind of like, feel that, it's kind of different from
Oh,
this.
it's lumpy.
Yeah, so what happens, even if you cook it, it's like a, And I think you probably have experienced
Oh,
that.
definitely.
Fun fact, the immigration of French Catholics to the southern U.S. region brought schools, jazz funerals, celebrations like Carnival, Courier, and Mardi Gras.
So we take all that out. So what we're going to do is now we've kind of cleaned it off and cleaned off the major fat. We want this all in bite-sized pieces like this. Okay, so if your bite-sized piece is big, you have a big bite, then you can get it. But otherwise, about this size. Okay, but we need to clean all this chicken, so here we go. Clean that one. About 2 pounds of chicken, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, cut into bite-sized pieces like this. When you're cleaning chicken, it's really hard to do it when you have a bone chicken. But if you have a deboned chicken, make sure chicken thigh, make sure you do that. See that?
Why did people wear masks during Mardi Gras? In the early days of carnivals, people put on masks to be able to mingle outside their class and keep their reputation untarnished.
So Mardi Gras is a really interesting thing. It lasts almost 2 weeks before the event, the real event. It gets started, like, because this year it's March 3rd.
Is it always in March?
No, it's equinox kind of thing. So sometimes it's later, sometimes, it just all depends on the equinox calendar. So this year, 2022. So you always got to look in check what the year and then check what day it is. It's always on Tuesday.
It's always on Tuesday.
Yeah, and it has to do with when Easter, Easter changes.
Yes.
And it has to do with the equinox calendar.
What is Mardi Gras? Mardi Gras is French for Fat Tuesday. One of the many traditions of Mardi Gras was to use up all of the foods that would not be consumed during the 40 days of Lent. A lack of refrigeration meant that all the household meats, eggs, milk, and cheese had to be consumed in a final feast during the eve of the Lenten season.
So this is just before Lent. This is like going crazy, eating all the fat and everything before you have to give it up, right? So that's what it is. It kind of has a religious connotation. So that's when they eat all kinds of great food.
So you've been to Louisiana?
Yeah, I have to New Orleans and to Louisiana. I've been to Avery Island to see how they make Tabasco.
Wow.
That's really interesting. I've been to New Orleans several times. Love it. It's one of
Yeah?
my favorite places. Yeah.
I imagine the food is amazing.
It is, you know, when I was, when Emerald Lagasse was very, starting to become popular, I went to his place. And I was so impressed because there was a table of 5 of us, I think, maybe, no, 6 of us. And they wait until everybody's food is ready, and then all the waiters surround you and they go, "Hold They put your plate down. Everybody gets served together. I'm like, wow, that is so amazing. I was so impressed.
That's so cool.
It was so cool. I always remember that. But no, it's a great place to visit. Can't wait till everything calms down with COVID and then everybody can start traveling to
Yeah,
places
you can
like
go
that.
again.
Yeah.
True or false? Gumbo is the same dish as jambalaya. False. Gumbo is a soup served with a side of rice. Jambalaya is made with rice cooking into the dish.
So I'm just seasoning the chicken pieces that we cut up now with poultry seasoning. Okay, these sausages, I just want you to cut them like this.
Okay.
Just rounds like this. The same size, uniform size. So about that size. By the time we get through with the show, you're going to be such a good cook.
I have the best teacher, so thank you so much.
You'll be so good.
So does it matter like what kind of sausage you use?
Yeah, andouille comes from New Orleans. It's a little bit spicy. It's a pork sausage, and you need to use andouille. But you know what? If you don't have andouille, if the store doesn't have it, you can use Portuguese sausage.
Really?
Yeah. It's spicy and it has beautiful flavors. So when you taste it, you'll see.
What is andouille? Andouille is a pork sausage originating from France.
Get this ready.
Those are some good looking sausages.
Yeah, very well cut.
Very well
good.
cut,
Very
yes.
good. I'm going to put this in a plate and put that on the side. That's part of our mise en place. I washed the board again. Now we're going to cut the last 2 things we have to cut are these vegetables, the okra.
Where did okra originate from? Okra was one of the main plants in Africa. West African slaves brought okra from their native lands to the southern United States during times of the slave trade.
Okay, on the other side, Jana, over there, we have 8 cups of chicken stock that we're heating up right now, getting ready. But now we're going to cut up okra. We're going to take off these tips, you know, that's always kind of hard, and cut it about the same size as your sausage. There's an interesting story about okra, how it got to New Orleans. There were slaves that came in, black slaves, and you know, they have curly hair.
Yes.
In their curly hair, they had some okra seeds stuck in their hair. So in the coming over to New Orleans, they ended up getting some seeds.
Yeah.
And so they planted those seeds. And so okra is an African, of African origin. But then it became part of the cuisine of New Orleans because, you know, the people wanting to eat the okra.
Interesting facts about okra. Okra is related to hibiscus, cacao, and cotton. Researchers found that okras can mitigate heart disease. They act as great topical moisturizers for your skin and hair. They're rich in antioxidants and vitamins, making them very nutritious.
I love okra in gumbo, but if you don't have okra, you can use filet powder. But you don't use filet powder and okra because what it does is it makes the dish a little thick and maybe a little slimy. You see that slime?
Yeah.
That's what okra is. I just happen to love okra. I love it just fried with cornmeal.
Ooh, yeah. What else would you use okra in?
That's what I like it. But most, you know, basically it's for gumbo, stuff like gumbo. I'm just ready. Cut it all up, get that ready.
Fun fact: Cajun cuisine can be found in rural southern Louisiana and a melting pot heavily defined by its French roots. Ingredients for traditional French cooking did not exist in the region in the past. Cajuns took inspiration from Creole and Native American cooking to develop their cuisine. Cajun food features game ranging from duck and boar to more exotic meats found in the area like alligator, frog, nutria, squirrel, and even snake.
So Jana, what we've done so far is we made the Holy Trinity,
Yep.
which is green pepper, one green pepper, onion, and celery. Okay, cut up 2 pounds of chicken, cut up the okra, the green onions, and the andouille sausage. Now what we're gonna do is
And we got the stock going.
and we got the stock going. So very important, equal parts of oil and flour. This is called roux. R-O-U-X. It's a French word. Now, Jana, I want you do not get burned. Okay, it's hot.
Okay.
I want you to mix this. And when I went to cooking school, the lady, my cooking instructor said, you don't even leave to answer the doorbell. Okay, it's that important.
Because
You
we
just
gotta keep mixing.
mixing. And we're gonna cook the flour till it's chocolate brown.
So it's chocolate brown.
That would
okay.
influence how the color of our finished product is. So that's how important it is.
So right now it's like a cream color.
Yeah, and we're gonna watch it and make it become chocolate brown.
Chocolate brown.
Yeah. After it becomes chocolate brown, then we're gonna add the Holy Trinity and cook the vegetables down.
Okay. Why is roux so important?
It is a thickener. It also gives some flavor. That chocolate, it's really interesting how that chocolate brown flavor
Yes.
gives it a little bit of flavor, nice flavor to it. Yeah. So you're far. You're not even caramel.
Nope.
Yeah. Keep
Not
mixing.
even a light brown
And
yet.
it's very, very hot. You know, it'll get so hot that you have to be careful. Make sure you don't burn yourself.
Okay. I'll be very careful. Yeah, it's thickening already.
We're gonna smell up the office. The whole place is gonna say, "What's that smell?"
It's the
We're gonna say,
roux.
It's the roux, only roux. So we're just gonna see how it's starting
Yes.
to turn already. So it's critical right now. That's why, like I said, if the doorbell rang right now, you ain't answering the
And what is the
door.
stove on? Is it on high? Like, do we
Yeah,
need it
it's
on high?
So I'm gonna lower it a little bit because it is pretty high. But I want it chocolate. So you're getting there. Be careful, okay?
Yeah, it's like thickening in certain places.
Yeah, the place is thickening like over there because I think the burner is on the outside. So make sure you cover the outside. You see that smell? That kind of little bit of smoky,
Oh, yeah.
nice smell. That's the smell you want to achieve. Okay.
It's getting a little brown now.
Okay, keep going. Brown chocolate. I want chocolate. You never thought flour would get like that, right? But it does, and this is what it is. Okay. Oh, especially around there, yeah, get it all nicely cooked. Going.
True or false? Roux is gravy. False. Roux is not gravy. Gravy is a finished sauce. Roux starts as flour or other starches and cooked with oil until it begins to brown.
I'm gonna cook the chicken I had in here. Is that good chocolate for you?
Hey, this looks yummy.
Okay, I'm going to
Chocolate fondue,
All right, I'm gonna add the. Okay, now mix that up. Now it's gonna start smelling really good. Okay, mix that up. Put that down.
So right now we're mixing the Holy Trinity, right?
Holy Trinity with the roux.
With the roux.
Then I want you to make. I want it to cook it until the onions get a little translucent.
Okay.
And I don't want to burn the garlic, so I'm not going to put the garlic in right now until you cooked it a little bit more.
Right.
Putting the garlic in now.
Nice. So we got onions and
The
celery.
garlic is just adding all the
Garlic.
wonderful smells.
Yum.
People are gonna say, "Whoa, what's for lunch? We're ready to eat lunch."
We're in New Orleans.
And New Orleans. I wish we were. Wonderful. That would be so wonderful.
Oh yeah, that garlic smells delicious.
How's your is your onion translucent now, so that we can add other things?
I think so.
Okay. I'm going to add a 16-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Okay.
Okay. 16 ounce.
Yeah. Okay. Bring it to boil and simmer.
Is there a difference between Creole and Cajun gumbo? Creole gumbo has a tomato base and is more of a soup, while Cajun gumbo has a roux base and is more of a stew.
I am going to bring this over here. Wait, here. And I'm putting it in here. And we're gonna cook this.
That's our chicken.
Yep,
Our chicken coming out of the chicken stock, right?
Right, coming out of the chicken. So to finish cooking it in here with the bay leaves. And we just cook this up until it's all cooked. And then we're gonna add the andouille sausage after I finish this. Is there enough room in this pot?
Ooh, it's getting there.
And just before we eat, maybe 5 minutes before we eat is when we put the okra, because you don't want it to be too slimy.
Okay.
It'll make the dish.
It's like
very
one of the
slimy.
last parts.
Very last, yeah. That and the green onions. I think we might need to transfer it to this pot because it's getting.
I think we just might have to do that.
See how beautiful that sauce color is?
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's because the roux that we made, that's what creates that. It's not only the tomato, but it's just that brown, beautiful brown roux.
Wow.
Can you just mix it a little bit? And then I will add the sausages in here and pretty much, not sausage, the sausage, not the. Oh, look at that.
Look at that andouille sausage.
Okay, mix that up.
Okay.
Watch out, watch out. It's overflowing.
Gotta be really careful, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, this is looking nice.
Yeah. Just have to let it cook now.
What color should roux be when used in gumbo? Blonde or chocolate? Roux should be rendered to chocolate color, which also contributes to its smoky taste.
Okay, we just added the okra because we're almost to that point of serving. And then we want to cook this for another 5-10 minutes, get the okra cooked, and we're ready to eat. And just before we eat, then we add the green onions for garnish, okay?
It smells delicious.
Yeah, it does. See how it's starting to thicken up?
Yes.
It's going to be beautiful. And the beautiful colors because of the cooking of the roux.
It's gorgeous.
Well, it's delicious, but I have to taste it to make sure there's not enough flavoring, so let me taste it. Okay, so you should simmer this for about an hour and a half, maybe hour and a half.
Fun fact, Courrier de Mardi Gras is Louisiana French for Fat Tuesday Run. The origin of the courier comes from France, and contestants wore costumes to chase and capture chickens. The chickens would then be used as part of a community pot of gumbo for the celebrations. It's still an event that's held today.
Everything is cooked and ready to go, so.
And this pot is perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect size. We did change the pot, if you notice. The other pot was a little too small.
As you noticed.
Yes, and it was spilling all over.
This is perfect.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely perfect. Okay, so I can tell that the okra's not quite cooked yet, because it's still kind of floating.
Oh, because it's floating. Okay.
Yeah, and it's still not, you have to let it cook.
What does mise en place mean? It is a French cooking term and translates to everything in its place.
I'm just going to make a beautiful presentation here with some gumbo and with the white rice. Now, when you serve foods of New Orleans, you should use a long grain white rice because they raise the white rice there in Louisiana. So of course they only use the long grain rice. There you go, you have a beautiful dish of gumbo that's ready to eat. Are you ready to eat?
I'm ready. That looks
Okay.
delicious.
Have you ever had gumbo before?
No.
Okay, this is gumbo. Complex flavors. Tell me if you like
Wow.
it. You like it?
The different flavors of all them. Wow.
Yummy.
This was a great dish to make.
It
Good
is.
choice.
It is a great dish and it's easy. It's just the cutting, the mise en place and cutting is the difficult part. Okay, have at it, girl.
This is amazing.
Like it? And see, the white rice is it just falls apart, but it's just the type of rice. This is the same white rice you would put in jambalaya if you wanted to make jambalaya. And you could actually make jambalaya pretty much easy. Put the rice in there.
This is great. Did you have a good time today, Audrey?
I had a great time. You're a great partner.
Thank you
so much.
This was fun. Thank you so much for today, Audrey. I had so much fun.
That was fun. I enjoyed working with you. It's fun. Well, let's do this again.
Oh, we will. Thank you so
Okay,
much, Audrey.
right.
And thank you for joining us on Audrey Wilson's Cooking Show. We hope to see you next time. Aloha.
Aloha.
When you want a great meal, local style, turn on the Leo and sit a while. Watch and listen, then you'll know just how to do it on Audrey Wilson's Cooking Show.
The preceding program was a production of Naleo TV.